Hi, everybody. Welcome.
We are live.
Everybody here knows Calihealer, Kelly. So we're here today. We're going to do energy readings, and we'll talk with Callie a little bit. Kelly and Callie, and so I
Yeah.
always start to say one, and I get the other. So I'm going to be reversing that several times over today. So I'm just going to say hi to a few people.
Yeah.
Morella, hello.
Hi.
Hey, Richie, I was thinking about you this weekend. I haven't seen you for a little bit, and I was like, "What's Richie up to?" Shaw Woman, hello, and let's see, Annie Bear. Hey, Annie Bear, you got your
Hi.
granddaughter back again. I hope she's okay. Hey, Viviani and Jeff at Tarot Ass Backwards. So nice to see everybody.
Oh, yes.
Carol and Akila. Hey, Akila. Carol Butts. And good. There we go. So, everybody out there, hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Tinita, nice to see you. And we are, oh, Maruda, hey, beautiful. How are you doing? Good to see you. Um, so, yeah, we were just talking about energy and things like that. And then right before we were going to go on, all of a sudden, we had a delay and
Yeah.
our mics went out of sync. So, of course, that's the energy telling us the story. Hi, Sharon. Aw. Hey, Flowing. How are you? So, anyway, so I wanted to interview you, Kelly, because you have such a great energy about you and your
Oh,
healing work that you do. It's different, isn't it? The healing that you do. Everyone
yeah.
that has worked with you is just raving about this. And Annie Bear's been talking about it a lot too. Hi, Sharon. And so I really want to discuss that with you. Do you want to talk about it or?
Sure. And it is a little bit different um, than Reiki. Uh, a session is about two hours that I work with the client, but leading up to the client, I probably work at least 2 hours on the client before I even, we have the scheduled session. And that's just receiving channeled messages. And um, I do energy clearing and I do cord cutting. And so what I do is I go into a meditative state, and then I I can literally feel like where your cords are in your body, or where there's energy blocks in your body. And so I write down all the information that I get, so then I have that the day of the session. And so the day of the session, I go in and I clear the energy and I cut those cords. But not only do I clear the energy where they're blocked. I mean, I literally start at the top of everyone's head, and I work my way down, and I clear everybody's energy. And then same with the cords too. It's like um and I'll be able to tell, like with the thicker cords, it's like I'll feel them in my body, and then after I've gone through and cut them, if I still feel it in my body, then I know I need to go over it. And sometimes it'll take a couple sessions, especially for new clients that haven't had the work done, that their cords get thicker. And and a lot of people aren't familiar with cords, and it's an energy. When we have openings in our energy field, um, everything, people, places, things are energy. And so if anything is attracted to our energy, um, and it could be, somebody likes our energy, it could be somebody that doesn't like our energy. And if we have openings in our energetic field, a cord can be attached. And um and it'll typically attach at a weak area in the person's body. And so if a and everybody can cut their own cords. And so if you're not cutting your cords, those cords are getting thicker and thicker, and it'll you'll typically have an ache or a pain there. And it weakens your immune system, and it just over time with the cords, you feel fatigued and um, tired, and you just you have a really hard time like thinking straight. You're foggy and whatnot. So after a person's had the energy work, if you've had if I cut your cords and clear your energy, it really increases your intuition, and it just your clarity is just people say is so much better. But a lot of people fall asleep when I'm working on them, and
Nice.
some people can sometimes they say they can even like feel me cutting the cord. Um, and and typically sometimes depending on how thick the cords are, um, especially if you have a lot in a person's head, you may have a headache for 24 to 48 hours, or if there was a lot going on in somebody's stomach, they might have digestive issues, where you're just clearing you're clearing that out for the next 24. And I always tease because a lot of times after I cut your cords or and clear your energy, you could be gassy too. You could get the toots and burping too, and that too is like you're just clearing out the energy. And but everybody's different, it's interesting to hear feedback from people that have had the work done. But yeah, that's and then um, I do connect a little bit while I'm working on the person, but I my connection is usually before I actually work on you, because when I'm working on the client, I'm just honed in on their energy and their chords.
Yeah. So, Erin says she's so excited to see you do your thing. Do your
Hi,
thing. Do your
Maren.
thing. I love it. Hi, Morella. Hi, Fatima.
Hi,
Rocky.
everybody.
Hey. Yeah, lots of people coming in. That's awesome. Sonia. Hi, Sonia. So being a healer, is this something that you learned or is this something that you kind of remembered?
It's something that I remembered because I haven't had any classes or anything on it. Um, it's really interesting. I had a shaman tell me probably 15 years ago that I was a healer, and I knew there was something. I mean, I was kind of doing readings and this and that, but I knew that there was something else I needed to be doing. And I always kind of felt like I could. And everybody's a healer. I mean, we all are healers. It's just a matter if we tune into it. And so she told me, did you have you heard the story about her telling me that I should heal my husband's shoulder?
No.
No. She told me, she said, you're a healer. And she said, what I would like you to do is, she said, I would like you to go home. And she said, your husband's shoulder, I forget if it was his right or his left shoulder, is really bothering him. She said, he's got problems with it. And I want you to go home and heal it. And I teased her. I said, what if I don't want to? And she said, but she said, don't tell him what you're doing. And so at night, I'd sometimes touch him, sometimes not on his shoulder. And and I thought, okay, I'm going to try this. And so about 2 weeks, and there were some nights I missed. I would fall asleep and forget. But the nights that I remember, I would just send healing to his shoulder. And about 2 weeks later, we were just kind of milling around the house, and I said, "Oh, hey, Tim," I said, "how is your shoulder?" And he goes, "Oh," he goes, "that's really weird." He goes, "It doesn't hurt." He goes, "That's really, really weird." And that's when I said, "Well, I go, well, I healed it." And he was like, mm-hmm, sure. And he probably was my biggest skeptic.
Yeah.
Um, and it wasn't until I had a cousin that had a tumor um, on one of her breasts. And and she got it. She came out to my house. I did healing on her that day, and then the following morning, and then she had to go back into Minneapolis to go to see her doctor to get more. They were going to do an ultrasound and X-rays and whatnot, and so her husband was going to meet her at the doctor, and she had just been there the day before. And anyway, she came out. I did healing on her. She went back into the cities for her appointment, and she called me after and she said, it's it's gone. She said, Kelly, I don't know what you did. And it was at that
Mm.
point my husband was like, okay, I guess. I guess.
Gotta
But
give it to you.
yeah. But but that's what any anybody, you really, you have to prove yourself in this industry, because we all have the gift. I mean, we can all pray, and we can all send each other healing, and we all, if we're open to receive it, we will receive it. But that too is the key into healing. When we're doing healing on somebody, is they have to be open to receive it, because if they're not,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. And I think that's huge too. Because a lot of times, if we're doing healings like over, a shaman woman says your husband's reaction she found funny. Right. But also it's like if you're doing healing over an area and you can kind of get like that that's kind of a soul contract thing sometimes, right? So does
True.
that come up?
Um, it does, and clients typically aren't real happy with me when I tell them that there's work that has to be done on their end before the healing can work, because then what happens is they'll receive the healing, but it'll be like a temporary band-aid. And
Yeah.
so they'll feel better for a little bit, but until they've done their work that they need to do. Um, yeah, and some people just want the quick fix. They don't want to have to do you know the work themselves. And yeah,
Well, that's
here.
so yeah. I mean, we're like that as a culture, aren't we? The quick fix,
Mhm.
instant gratification.
Yeah.
So, yeah, which why not? I mean,
Right.
um, let's see what's Heather saying. The first time I did Reiki on my Shan, I, I'm not sure if that's your son or Shan. He actually started to cry, not in pain, but he felt the love and energy from me. That was back in '08.
Amazing.
Oh, Heather, that just makes me tingle. That is so beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Gotta be in it to win it.
Yes, that
That's
is the
right.
truth. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
You got to be in it to win it.
Yeah, definitely. So, well, I just love this because I feel like this is where we're going, all of us. Hi, Nancy. Good to see you. That we are all headed towards just remembering who we are, remembering our gifts, remembering um, what we
Yes.
have on the other side, and bringing it forward. So I'm so glad that you did that and you trusted in yourself.
Yeah, and and it is a trust. It definitely was a trust thing. And when I first started out, I would just I would go like this, and send it out. And it wasn't until years and years, and I guess it's just probably progressing along, is where then I started feeling like the problem areas in people's body. And so and that too, I think, just comes with time, and like you said, in just remembering, opening those new doors in our cellular systems that have been closed up from previous lives.
Yeah, yeah. So do you find like does ancestral karma, does that look different on the cords, like ancestral cords to present life time?
I don't actually see the cords. I can feel them, and what I'll do is, when I'm doing work on the client, beforehand, I'll pick up on if there's ancestral trauma that they need clearing. Um, a lot of I'll pick up like an inner childhood um, issues that need to be cleared. Um, but that's usually the work that I do, that I'm doing days before their session is that, I channel in that information. And so then when I go into the session, then I'm prepared with all of the knowledge that I need to have. So it is a big it is a bit of a process, and you know in time. I do put a lot of time in it, but I'm just so grateful for everybody that I get a chance to work with. It's an honor.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, Annie Vera saying, I appreciate learning how to keep my energy clean and clear. I think that's a lot to learn, right?
Yes, and there's so many ways that you can do that, and and Annie Annie's got tons of tips too, but just the basics that I think kind of everybody knows is the Palo Santo. Um, I do that like before my sessions, and sometimes after, depending on I'll always protect myself before I do I start working on a client. But if I feel like I still picked up on energy, I'll Palo Santo myself, sage. Um, you can even clear your energy by just taking your hands and just swooping them down. Yeah. Yep. Just all the way down to your feet. And I'll do that to my husband and to my boys. I'll just every once in a while I'll just go up to them and I'll just swipe them and clear their energy. And you know where I learned that from? And I mean, it was many, 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 many years ago when we lived in Minnesota. We lived on French Lake, and I discovered there was this little place next to just right down the road from me, and it was called Claire's Well, and it was
Oh,
ran by nuns, and they had these little huts there, and you could go spend like a weekend there. And actually my husband and I had gone when we lived in the cities. We had drove out and stayed there, not realizing we would buy a house a mile away. And it wasn't until after we
wow.
bought the house we put the connection to that we were just right next door to Claire's Well. But um I would go visit these nuns because I loved these nuns. I mean, they were so cool. I mean, they weren't your typical. I mean, they would always joke, if you're gonna go in town, get me some lottery tickets, and they were really cool. Anyway, it wasn't until years after me going to visit, there would be Sister Paula. She would come up to me. She would always do that, and I didn't know what she was doing. For years I thought, what I didn't know, and it wasn't until after working and just discovering more about energy. It was like, she was clearing my energy, and I didn't even know
Wow.
it. Yeah,
Wow. Well, I'm just so impressed that your sons and your husband are open to that, and you know, they're lovely. Just lovely energy that they allow you to
I'm
do
so
that.
really grateful.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so I am starring questions, everybody. So please don't think I'm ignoring you, and I'll list who all we've starred. Um, ooh, Shaw woman, I've done drum massage. The vibrations have a real effect.
That would be amazing.
I love that. Yeah, yeah. Um,
Did you see the gong I got? Oh,
no.
about a week ago. I had my boys and husband went to Yosemite for, I don't know, 6 days or something, and I stayed home by myself. And a girlfriend asked me to go out thrifting with her, and we went to this small little town, and we were just going through these shops and looking around, and there was a rack, and underneath this rack was this huge gong. And I mean, it's just absolutely, I mean, it's so beautiful. And the gong itself looks like it was hand carved. Um, and I did a video, but I couldn't do a video and hold the gong and hit it. So I did a little video on it, but it was absolutely amazing. I mean, it's like, yeah, all the stars and my love tribe were guiding me that day, and I had everything. The winds were in my favor because I just didn't expect to find that at a thrift shop.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, I found statue of the Divine Mother, Mary of Roses or Mary of Rosita. Anyway, it's 36 inches. She's tall and beautiful plaster. I mean, just stunning. I had
Nice.
her here in the bedroom for one night, and in the middle of the night she had too much energy, so I took her in. She's in the dining room
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
I'll find that with crystals too. I'll bring them, in the bedroom, and it'll be like, yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
Right?
Too much
Yeah.
busyness.
So, now when you're looking at those chords or feeling those chords, like, um, what do they feel like? Are they pulsating? Are they thick? Are they heavy?
Actually, I feel in my body. I feel them as like pinches. Um, they it's like a pinching. Sometimes I feel pinching. Sometimes I feel achy. Um, that's how I feel the chords. Um, Energy, I is kind of the same. I will literally feel, um, like if a person's got like heavy, dense energy in their chest, I'll literally feel it in my chest, and
Yeah.
then I'll pick up on it's either from hurt or being betrayed, or our tummies, we hold a lot of guilt, and um, head in our heads we hold a lot of fear, and um, but typically everybody's got many chords in their head because that just is a place that that and our tummies seem to be, and our throat. um our throat too is, but not for, and everybody's so different.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I've been shown, chords of love too, chords of abundance, chords of, um, do you feel those when you're in there? Or are you looking specifically more for healing?
I'm looking mostly for healing, but
Yeah.
when I cut the cords, I have my stuff that my guides and angels and God have told me, to say. I always say, only for their highest good,
Yeah.
so so I'm not interfering with anything that I shouldn't be. So it's always for their highest good.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. But, I just wonder about the difference of how those feel. But I feel that too when I, am going in to read somebody if there's constriction in their heart chakra or their solar plexus, and it's,
Yeah,
and sometimes it does hurt. Yeah.
it does. Yeah, it
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah. And everybody's talking about the nuns and the sisters and everything. My, grandmother was raised in a convent part-time because they lived out on a ranch, so to go to school, she had to stay at the convent. Loved the nuns, lifelong
Yes.
Catholic. And then after my grandpa died, she went to it was, I think I can't remember if it's the Daughters of Charity. I think you were talking about them, Shaw woman. Um, the Sisters of something. Anyway, she stayed with them, and they had built a new place here in KC, and it was really beautiful, and it had a little lake and a bench, um, and she had her little Mogan David wine, and it was so cute. But it was going back home. I mean, I think if we can all go back home, right, when we're
Yes.
older, and yeah.
And that was the same at Claire as well. There was a little lake, and they had a bench,
Mm,
and they had chickens, and they had, I think, some goats and cats and dog. It was just, big gardens, and it was
yeah,
just, you'd go there, and it was just so beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. And it's weird because each group are so different. I mean, this is entertainment only, but um of nuns. And then it depends. It's like buying a house on a block, right? Sometimes you get lucky and you get the best block. You get
Yeah.
amazing people. And then other times you get not so great.
Yeah.
Uh, the
Yeah.
noisy neighbor with 8 cars in the driveway and um um oh, you're still connected to Mother Mary, Heather. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. Still adore Saint Francis and his love of animals. Yeah. I still love the golden heart of Jesus Buddha too. So I like that BC when she comes on, when she talks about the Christ consciousness, and she always backs that up with Buddha consciousness. So it's not, it's more non denominational like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Catholic school, man. Hello.
Yep.
That'll turn you.
You're right.
Yeah, yeah, but there are some nuns here in KC too that, run a, all girls, high school, and they have, like, whenever it talks about God, somebody has taken pins and put in goddess, so
Oh, love
they're
that.
pretty cool. Yeah, some of them are fun. So, and I've got so many good friends that are still very steeped in the Catholic faith, and I always find it kind of, relaxing, and any time I go to, like, a Buddhist temple or, the Catholic church, the bells, they're very similar. The bells,
Mhm.
the chanting, saying the prayers, and, um, the mantras, and even the hand placement, the things that we do. It's very,
Yeah.
very similar to the Buddhism. Yeah.
Yeah. It really is. And I had a lot of friends that went to I went to public school, but I had a lot of friends that went to Catholic school, and I know in the town that I grew up, ooh, those nuns, they were tough, boy. I mean,
I had
I
some
would hear
great nuns.
stories from my friends, and I would be like, ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't talk out of turn in class, or
Yeah. Yeah, Sharon, I lasted one year in Catholic high school, and I was whoomp out of there.
I'm out of
That
here.
was that was when I started thinking for myself, and I was like, "Okay." But, which was kinda good because they had a better art school or art department at the high school. Okay, now we digress. So, let's get back to Kelly. Um, so, oh, Fatima goes to church every Sunday and prays the rosary, divine mercy, etc. Yeah, it's it's beautiful. I mean, it's just going there and seeing the statues, and whenever I go to a place, I always go to the all the churches and try to see everything. But going to San Miguel de Allende last year, and going to of Archangel Michael, his parish church, and that was so amazing. Anyway, they have a black Jesus there,
Oh,
which is
that's cool.
yeah, and he's like, I don't know, 500 years old too.
And
So,
I'm not Catholic, but I mean, you can see. I think in back, I have a rosary hanging,
yeah,
and
yeah.
actually on that girls' trip, I got, and I don't know what, it doesn't fit around your wrist, but I got this little one
Oh,
that I just,
Fatima, what is that? It's not like worry beads, but it's yeah, that's for the short rosary that
yeah,
you can do.
I'd
Yeah,
never seen it before, and so I just have that. And I'm not Catholic, and I just love them. I
yeah,
don't know. There's just something about them. I'll sometimes even
yeah,
wear them just for necklaces.
yeah. So my mom was Jewish, and my dad was Catholic, but mom was a short rosary. Thank you, Morella. Okay,
Oh, thank
might be
you.
called a chaplet. Shaw woman says. Okay, and Heather does too. Good,
Thank
and
you.
so we went to Catholic church, but we always got the get go when I go home with my mom, and she was metaphysical. So it was interesting to get a lot of different sides of it. Anyway, okay. Um,
Yes.
so back to healing energies. What are you finding the most prevalent now as far as like Are you seeing like people needing more protection for themselves, or is it judgment? What is like the big chord that a lot of us are working on?
A lot of is self judgment is a huge one. And another huge one is unconditional love. I mean, we we
Um,
so freely love, others unconditionally, but we're just so hard. And and that kind of, it kind of is the same as self judgment, but we so freely love, others unconditionally, but um we don't give ourselves that same love. That's a huge one. And then trauma. I mean, just this lifetime and past lifetime trauma just is, we those cords just keep getting thicker. Hi, Diana.
yeah. Diana says that's a decade bead. 10 beads mark a decade, and 5 make a regular rosary, 15
And
make a
there's
full
Santa.
rosary.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Um, yeah, yeah, I've got rosaries, Buddhist and Catholic, and all sorts of different kinds around.
Yeah,
I
I have
love them all.
A Buddha sitting there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, your granddaughter loves chanting. She's only in fourth grade. Oh, sorry. She she's only in fourth grade and loved to go since she was a tiny one in Ohio. She started with her other grandparents took her. That's beautiful.
I love that, Sonia.
Yeah. Yeah. My daughter and my son went to Catholic schools, and um, they won't step foot inside a church anymore, but they are spiritual. They are the nicest kids. So, you know, um,
My boys are kind of the same. They, we were I brought them up Lutheran, and they did the um they were baptized Lutheran, and then what do you call that school on Wednesday? Wednesday
Sunday school,
confirmation.
oh,
Confirmation.
confirmation.
They
Yeah.
have confirmation every Wednesday, and I think it just did a number on them because I mean both my boys are very spiritual, um, but just don't have any desire to go to church. But my youngest, I think, would, but they they're spiritual.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's fun. I loved it when my kids were in Catholic schools, and I did a lot of stuff with the. Uh, I was the librarian at Christ the King Catholic Church.
You were? Oh, I
Yes,
love that.
for
That's
3 years.
cool.
I had a blast. I can't tell you. I just loved it. It was just a part-time position, but it was fun. Okay, are we ready for some questions?
Sure.
Okay, Rose Blue, I just wanted to recognize that you got a great night's sleep last night. 15 milligrams of melatonin. I did write that down, and I am going to try it tonight.
I
So,
take 10 every
do
night.
you?
Mm-hmm.
So, I have this weird ADD body that sometimes I I I react differently to different things than other people. And the only time I've taken melatonin, I was up all night. It was like a caffeine for me, but I'm going to try 15 tonight because I like going power up.
Yeah.
So,
And sleep is so important. I mean, really, when a person's doing this work and just being on YouTube. I mean, because we even through YouTube, we're picking up people's energy,
right?
and and we can have cords attached to us and each other. I mean, people like even in the chat and whatnot. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good just to surround yourself, before you come on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and just give
Yeah.
yourself protect
I
yourself.
always keep my rose water and my sage water
I
right
love that.
around me. I don't always remember to do it, but Annie Bear asks, will learning Reiki help me not have detrimental cords?
Yeah. Yep. You know what, Annie? Though you truthfully, I don't think you would really have to learn Reiki. I think you already know it. I think because I mean when I did work on you, Annie, you didn't, I mean, compared to people, other people, you didn't have as many, many chords. So I mean, you know what you're doing, girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, she's remembering. She's like the teacher that acts like the student, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but she knows. Okay, then we'll go into Sonia. Can you take a look at my energy and what's going on to go forward, please and thank you?
I'm getting I'm getting that there is a little bit of shadow work that you probably have been doing, um, and that's a tough job. And we all are doing it at certain times in our life. I do get that you've been working on that, and I also think that sometimes, Sonia, you're a little bit hard on yourself, and I think that you know you need to give yourself a little bit of grace. And I do get that there's going to be opportunities coming forward with you, and yeah, just keep, here on Earth, it's Earth School. I mean, for Terry and I too. I mean, we're constantly learning, and some days we're the teachers, and some days we're the students, and I think it's really important for you, Sonia, and everybody, just to remember to clear your energy, because right now until the end of the year, the energies are really, really intense. And so just remember to clear your energy, and yeah, just keep doing that work.
Yeah, I'm getting Sonia, when I looked into your energy, I got this kind of person. It's like your auric field or something. And it can go that way or it can go that way or that way or that way. So and that's good that you're moving around with it, but to kind of every day, if you can, go ahead and balance. Not just balance, but um, what is it called when you alignment, so
Yeah,
that you're
yeah.
kind of upright, unless you want to be sideways, because there are days now that we all need to give ourselves some space
Hmm.
and go sideways and just
Yep,
and acclimate, because
yep.
there's so much energy coming in that there are days to align and there are days to acclimate. Do you think that's
I think so. Yeah, because it's kind of the same thing of giving yourself some grace on those days where we beat ourselves up when we just want to lay on the couch and do nothing, and that's healing in itself. I mean, we do need those days where we just tune everything out, and we just to be present with ourselves is a healing gift that we can give ourselves.
yeah? Somebody asked a really good question. What is a chord? That's an excellent question.
A cord is energy that, outside energy, and it can be from other people, it can be from places, things, it can be from animals, and it's that energy of that certain thing that connects into our energetic field, and that keeps us connected to that. And if we don't cut that cord, the cord keeps getting thicker and thicker. And so it's an energetic cord, and it just eventually depletes us, and just it can cause it can over time it can cause us to get sick. I mean, if you have a few cords, you're fine, you're not going to get sick. But I think it is important to remember to cut the cords, and just for your clarity too, because after a while it's just we're taking on that other energy.
Yeah,
Does that
yeah.
does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. Hi, Thomas. How are you? To row your way. Pirouette. Hello, beautiful. Let's see. Um, I think that's a great question, Sharon. Thank you for asking it
Yeah,
because
thank you.
it, and sometimes I see a cord a lot like a wormhole, right?
Mhm.
Like it's energy inside, and sometimes it's fabulous energy like abundance and how you can have a cord of love to your child, your
Oh, yeah.
mother,
Hmm.
right? You're attached. You have that attachment. But some cords are not so lovely. Do you ever work with Archangel Michael and use
Yes.
swords?
Yep. Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael.
Yeah.
Um, both, and sometimes they'll literally come in and I'll see them when I'm working on a
Wow.
client, which is really cool.
That's beautiful. I
Yeah.
love that. Okay. Rossi asks, may I have an energy reading, please? And thank you.
Rossi, there's a there's times, and and it's not all the time, but there are times where um, fear takes over, and they're reminding you just to when that fear comes in, just to let it go and to let faith, take over. Um, I do get that your throat chakra is blocked, and so just even clearing your throat chakra, it can even be wearing blue, um, and it could be you can help clear your throat chakra by even like eating blueberries, any blue food will help, and and blue crystals, holding them there will help. But I do get that. And have you had your eyes checked recently? If not, just I would schedule an appointment.
Wow. That's great. Rossi, I'm getting this little pyramid here. I don't know if you can see it in there. Yeah, a little bit. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Oh, that's
you've got
cool.
this you've got this light coming in through the pyramid, and it's kind of narrow. So yeah, so opening up that heart, opening up that throat chakra, um, just what Kelly was talking about, Kelly, and it's um, because it is kind of a little bit constricted, maybe, and that's a lot of us because there's so much going on the planet right
Yes.
now that it's easy to look at everything else, but also when you were picking up on that blueberries and the blues, and
Yeah.
that pyramid has so much Arcturian energy to it. So all that lapis and the
Yep.
blue and the because I also get that you're highly intuitive, Rossi, and
Yes.
as that opens up, you're going to get boom, 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 boom shakalaka. I think I said
Yes.
that in meditation the other day. You're going to get your boom shakalaka on. So
Yeah. Very intuitive, and even the blueberries will open up your throat chakra, but it also helps for intuition too.
yeah, yeah, beautiful. Okay, and oh shoot, oh yeah, there it is. Okay, I would love an energy reading if there is time. LR72.
LR, I get that they want you to step out of your comfort zone. And that can be really, really, really tough. And it doesn't have to, it can just be even just like baby steps. Um, and just taking those initial steps. And I also get that um, just clearing out your spaces, you know, your countertops, and just clearing out the clutter. um, will help give you clarity, and it'll really help align your energy, because when we have so much stuff around us, it literally it literally clutters our head too. And so I get that would be very beneficial for you too.
Yeah. Um, she says, "Oh, thank you." LR, do you have a bunch of crystals around you too? In a grouping? So I know I've heard Nancy Jean talk about this. Sometimes, if you have too many crystals and it's a lot of them, then you kind of have to clear them out because and decide which ones go in which room, because sometimes those can get not cluttered, but the energy can get kind of muddled or chaotic sometimes. Like sometimes when we can't sleep, it's because we've probably got too many crystals by our bed, or not
Mm-hmm.
always, but sometimes, and too many different kinds. So, but they're showing me the flower of life, and that's a big opening. So, so oh, Sharon's saying indigo is nearsighted. Okay, that makes sense. So, so seeing that opening up, and because your heart's opening up, and you have a few crystals on your bedside table. Yeah, I would look at the combination of those, is what they're
Yeah.
telling me. So, and see if it doesn't make a difference if you move one like into your the room that you sit in a lot, like your dining room or your living room or wherever, and look at the combination.
Yeah, that's very very beneficial, because some crystals that are really charged can just really like energize, and that's what they're meant to do, is give us knowledge and healing and energize us, but not when we're trying to sleep.
Yeah, yeah. I've got that. I've got a bunch of crystals that I had to move out to the room because I had heard Nancy talking about that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know that's my issue because I was having a lot of trouble
Mhm.
sleeping, a lot, a lot, a lot. Heather, did we read on you yet? Because I think I accidentally perhaps um, got rid of your thing. So if there is enough time, may I have an energy reading, please? Thank you.
Heather, you're a healer. You're a healer too, and I don't know if you are doing healing, but you definitely are a healer, and they're saying that you're on the right path. Um, so if there's been any questions, just keep doing what you're doing, because you are on the right path, and and I think don't forget to reset and recharge. Sometimes we go, 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 go. So I think um, just take that time for yourself, and do so without feeling guilty. But yeah, they want you to know that you're on the right path, and that you are a healer, and you could do healing, and to reset and recharge your batteries.
So I'm getting the amethyst for you,
Mhm.
indigo, and I would imagine that you've probably got quite a few of them around you. But that beautiful heart and love, high heart um, energy, and it's talking about nature. So in the nature, the N is like really scrolly and beautiful, and like working with the energy of nature, and the um, well, that would be the chords of nature, wouldn't they?
Mhm.
Oh, ding, 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 ding.
Yep.
So, okay, now I'm getting it. So those chords are coming into you and how you're fed on nature, and that feeds your heart space. But that amethyst in your heart space is such a beautiful thing, and they want you to recognize that and your powers there. and how gifted you are with that, and how much of a asset you are to the community, but also to feed yourself, to take care of yourself, like Callie was
Yes.
saying. Yeah, yeah,
So
and
important.
yeah, buy yourself a little ring. That used to be on my ring finger. It will be
That's
again.
beautiful. I love it.
Thrift
I love
store,
it. Oh,
thrift store.
Gal, if we live closer, we could go thrifting. Oh my gosh, it'd be so much fun.
Oh my God, right? I do love it, and I do. I asked my. Oh, you stopped a long time ago. Life experiences and where you live have shut you down. Yeah, yeah, that energy is coming in really strong. So, open up those channels again because you got it. It's all there. Okay, let's go in. Um, okay, we did these. Go indigo. Okay, and Diana just wanted to mention yes to drums as well, and a form of Reiki called zero balance. Diana knows everything. She's brilliant.
I love Diana. And we get
Okay,
to see her tonight.
yeah. Yeah, we're going to be on Dream Detectives. If anybody has any dreams that they want to do, and it'll be on Dream Detective Kate's channel tonight.
At 6 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, 6 o'clock Pacific. And
Yes.
Aaron, if you feel compelled, an energy reading would mean a lot to me, please.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think it was Aaron that said earlier, and I almost burst out laughing. Chords, swords for chords. I think that
Yeah.
was it.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Get those words for chords. Um,
Yeah.
Aaron, there's some past life stuff that may be coming up or already has been coming up for you. Um, and and when it does, I think it's important to know that this isn't who you are in this lifetime. It's energy from a past lifetime, and to release it and to let it go. And I also get that your root chakra is blocked, and so if you could get out in nature and ground, that would be really really helpful for you.
Yeah. Um, so it seems like you've got a lot of like a group around you, Aaron, around your energy, and it seems like and it's good. It's your tribe of angels and maybe galactics and yeah, galactics, and also some ancestors. But know that you're never alone. That you are completely supported, and
Always.
they're saying allow us to lift you up when you need it because you are held in light and love. That's really beautiful. I'm so glad I put on this amethyst ring. Thanks, Heather.
Yeah.
That was perfect. And Michelle, I did not see your question. Can you post it again, honey? I don't see it anywhere. Oh, okay. The energy reading. Yeah, I got it. Got it. Okay.
Michelle, have you been dealing with some grief? um, I'm feeling that there could be some grief there, and also that your crown chakra and your solar chakra um, could be blocked. And so, you know, cutting that and clearing the energy, um, you know, even putting your hands on your solar chakra and sending your solar chakra love, and you can do the same to your crown chakra, and
Oh, she says not physically losing someone, but unrequited love.
yeah, you know, and it's a tough one. Um, like now I feel like I could start crying. I'm picking up on your grief. It it is hard, and and the thing of it is we have to give ourselves grace, and we have to surrender and work through it, and just know that there are going to be better days ahead, and in days where you feel sad, it's okay to feel sad. Um, yeah, I get it. I can feel I feel it.
Yeah. Michelle, they're showing me a big sun. So that solar plexus, working on that, and that anxiety in there. And they're saying, let your sun shine, get in the sunshine. This is entertainment only, but check your vitamin D levels maybe if you haven't been getting enough sunshine. And all of us need to do that, right? I mean,
Yes.
every time I go in and my doctor does it, she's like, "Get in the sun, get some vitamin D."
Yeah.
So, oh, I love that Annie Bear. Annie Bear says, "Burn a fire and tell it your story. Let go." Yeah. So burn a fire. You can get a bucket and you can change the labels on the story too. Like, he didn't love me to, um, he wasn't able to return my beautiful love. And you, instead of you weren't loved, you are the most loving, giving person on earth. And you can throw in some cuss words for him if you want to.
Absolutely.
And you can tear
Mhm.
those up and burn them when you're ready, or you can compost them and let it sit for a while. So sometimes we need to let it sit and compost and rot before before we can let go of it. But a burn is the easiest, that's for sure. Um, okay, Morella would love a reading.
Marilla, your angels and guides and your love tribe want you to know that you're protected, um, and I get the past coming up too, and when that does come up, when we want to revisit that in our mind, and sometimes um, we can just rehatch it over and over and over again. They want you just to let it be in the past, and know that you're moving forward, and they want you to know that you're not alone, and that you can always reach out for family and friends, um, that, and it could be even a family or friend that may be needing you, but I get that, to reach out to a family or friend, and that could be for you or it could be for them. But yeah, that's what I get.
Yeah, so they were showing me this energy that kind of goes in and out and in and out and up and down, but it's sideways. So kind of like a wave of energy. So you might feel like, and this is for all of us, I think, right now. Sometimes you're moving ahead at the speed of light, and sometimes you're going so slow, like King Kong, right? Trying to walk through the gravity
Mm-hmm.
of everything going on.
Arthur
Um,
Burning Man,
yeah, Burning Man.
trying to walk through that.
Yeah, walking through the mud at Burning Man. So you're so they're saying give yourself space, man. Like, you've got light on either side, and it's that energy is the same basically. So again, alignment comes in, aligning your energies, but also being very, very gentle and very, very soft with yourself when that happens. So, yeah. And you know what I like to do is I like to wrap myself up in the Divine Mother's veil, like that veil of serenity, that sky blue color. And when that comes in, it's just like such a peaceful thing. And you can, you know, you could use also the Durga Ma's leopard cape if you need the power, because there's sometimes that we need that serenity, and sometimes we need that Durga Ma power of
Hmm.
being able to vanquish demons and be the mother of the universe, be a boss man, a boss
Yep.
lady.
Yes.
Yeah, blessings of the divine. Beautiful energy, though, Morella. You're doing a great job.
Yes.
Um, and I feel like we're all there right now, too, right? Viviani, if time allows, would love an energy reading.
I'm getting, Viviani, that there might be too much stimulation, or at times there's it's just you're overstimulated, and they're saying that there needs to be a balance between quiet time and and stimulation, and to it, and to remember when we're overwhelmed with that stimulation, that it's okay just to say, you know what, it's just I'm overstimulated. I have to step back, and it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no, and it's okay to nurture yourself, um, and just to make sure that you are there. There's a even balance between um, work and whatever possibly could be stimulating you. But I get that there's at times it's just like ah! And it is for all of us at times, but
Oh
that's
my God.
not picking up.
She says, yes, I crave quiet time, so I go for walks in nature.
Oh, perfect.
That's beautiful, Viviani.
Perfect.
Yeah, and there's so much going on right now, isn't there? That it's yeah. They're also showing me. Do you knit, Viviani? Or my grandma used to call that busy work. Like she made all of us Afghans, you know, and they were
Oh,
all like
nice.
these. I still got mine somewhere, but it's avocado green and bright yellow, and it's so cool. But and that hers was crochet hooks, but that
Nice.
they're showing me that creative busy work thing, and I don't know if you do it with knit. um oh, you don't watch the news to keep stress low. Yeah, good for you. And but something about that creative outlooks, or some sort of a creative you don't knit, but you love to work with your hands, you paint. Okay, that. So they're acknowledging that, and gosh, they're so proud of you. So it's like you've got this big, huge heart, which you obviously do, Viviani, and you think you can't love anymore or something, but all of a sudden something else happens and your hearts get bigger, right? Um, and as that opens up, um, so there's this new thing that comes in now, or new to me, and it's called the speed of love. And so this energy that comes in is not just the speed of light anymore. In 5D, we're at the speed of love. So this energy as it comes in, um, keep up with the painting because you're going to need it. It's going to be all of us, right?
It's
Find
therapy.
something.
It's good therapy.
Yeah, find something creative to do that kind of gives you joy and brings out your inner child. because there's going to be so much energy coming in. And it is love energy. And we just have to remember that it's love energy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then we've got one more that I have starred, and I'm sorry if we didn't get to everybody. Um, Thank you, Viviani, for letting us read on you. It's
Yeah,
beautiful
thank you.
energy. Um, Shaw Woman. I'd also love an energy reading if there's time. Oh, golly. I love your picture there, Shaw Woman.
Me too. I get that there's some trauma that that needs to be released. Um, and I'm feeling it's from it's more from this lifetime than past lifetime, but there could be a little bit of past life trauma too. And that too, you can meditate on it, you can journal, but like we were talking before too, that trauma that we carry, you literally write it out, right? And you can get specific too on this person did this, or this happened to me, or this situation, and write it out, and burn it, or rip it up, and it'll really, and maybe you do that, but if you don't, I really highly suggest it. It's just a great tool for just releasing that trauma that we carry. um, and it's just unfortunate because life happens, and you know we we're here in this earth school, and we're learning, but there are times where it's tough and crap happens, um and we hold on to that trauma. I mean, even when we think we've released it, I mean, I know even for myself, there's trauma from my past that from like my teens, I'm still releasing. um you know I'll still, times where all of a sudden I feel overwhelmed. I will still write it down, and I will burn it. I would I would do it off my deck. We have a palm tree there, and I one time almost started the palm tree on fire. So make sure that you have it somewhere, safe. You can do it in um, a fire pit, or I think, Terry, you have like um, have a have something next to you that you use to.
I have a bucket.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
outside my reach right now, but yeah, it's still down here, and I throw things in it. I throw Kleenex in it if I cry, you know,
yeah.
and I burn. Yeah, I do a burn. So
And I get also that to relax your shoulders. You're holding on to a lot in your shoulders, so just move those shoulders and roll them, and yeah, relax your shoulders.
that's beautiful. Hi, Allie. Allie from Heart and Soul Connected is here.
Get
So good
feeling
to see
better,
you.
Allie.
Yeah, I hope you are feeling better. Um, and there was one that we missed that Anna, are you still here, dear? Not sure if Anna's still here. Yep, Anna Peters. There she is. Do you have time to do just one more and then we'll
Yeah, yeah.
okay, and we'll
Um,
get going.
I keep hearing move, and so I don't know if you're thinking of moving, or if they literally that you've been moving more. Um, but it's like move, 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 or it could be maybe to move out of your comfort zone. Um, but I keep hearing move, And if you're worried about money, they're saying not to be worried about money. That that you're supported and that you're taken care of. And and to add one healthy add a healthy habit every day to your routine. Um, that's what I'm getting. And whatever that move means, like because it's move. So I don't know if you're moving or if it's that you've been moving more or to step out of your comfort zone maybe a tad bit.
Yeah, Anna, I'm getting, the same thing, I'm getting dancing. So, oh, okay, working on that, Anna. Yeah, we all are, man, I sure am.
It's hard.
Okay,
It's hard.
yeah. So, and it's funny, I've got the, move is exercise, yeah. So, uh, you're probably too young to remember that song, "Oh, What a Feeling" by Lionel Richie. "Oh, what a feeling when I'm dancing on the
Yep.
ceiling." So, like, dance is your happy place or find your happy place because, when the world goes round and round, you're still dancing, and they're recognizing that. No, yeah, look it up. It's a cute. I mean, it's it was. I think what was it, the 70s or the 80s? Maybe it was
Yeah.
the 90s. I don't know, but Nicole Richie's dead. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is a great song, isn't it? But and it's a great dance song too. But they're just showing how that's kind of your jam, getting that energy flowing, and that are you an energy worker, Anna? Yet? So, if not, that's coming around for you, that energy work. So, keep looking at it because, and there's, I mean, it's a form of meditation sometimes, dance, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's so healing.
Dancing, painting, writing, cooking. It's just that creative
Yeah,
outlet that we
yeah,
can use.
arithmetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, designing. Yeah, I was the mid '80s. Thanks, Diana. Yeah, mid '80s. So, yeah. So wrapping yourself up in that cocoon of that joy because that joy, man, everything around you can be going crazy, but you get that joy and keep it going in your heart. You're doing a great job. So, yeah. So lots of comfort and healing to Allie, everybody says.
Yes.
Oh, you have
Same
trouble
here.
moving your stiff, but you used to love dancing. Um, okay, Anna, an important thing to recognize is that you can dream about being on the beach and your brain doesn't know the difference. I mean, you can just imagine it, and your brain will release those same endorphins and activate your vagus nerve, entertainment only, and release those endorphins, and it's so healing for your physical form. I mean, it's not just it's also for your spirit and your emotional. But if you don't have time to dance, if you don't have time to go to the beach or on vacation, you can imagine it. And
And you can dance in the chair too.
there you go, chair dancing. Yeah. Oh, what a feeling was an Irene and Kara song. Oh, okay. What was that? Oh, what a feeling that Lionel Richie did. But I loved Irene Cara too, Susie. Yeah. Thanks, Susie. I love Susie Wonder Woman. All
I
right,
love it.
everybody.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, Kelly.
I am absolutely honored. This was so nice, and thanks for everybody that came in today. It was so nice, and yeah, Terry, it was like a meetup from like I was telling you behind stage. It was like oh my gosh, we meet again in this lifetime. It was just yeah, I'm honored. Thank you,
Oh,
thank you, thank
thank you
you.
for being here. This was a joy. And everybody here, thank you so much. And thank you, mods. and beautiful people. Dancing on the Ceiling is the song, Anna. It is not, oh, what a feeling. I am horrible with uh, names of songs and the lyrics, but I can dance. So,
And I'm my kids would make fun of me because when we were riding in the car like to school, I would sing the wrong words to songs, but they were right in my head. But they were like, "Mom, that isn't the words. That isn't the words." And we're going to be on tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific time
yeah,
on Kate. It's what is it?
Dream Detective Kate.
Dream Dream Detective Kate.
Yeah, and
I mean,
Allie
if
will
it
be
was
there.
me, Dream Detective, if it was Kate, and then but Dream Detective Kate tonight.
Yeah.
So if we didn't get to anybody, we'll maybe have time tonight.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hey, Kelly, the mystic next door. How are you, beautiful? And also, I was going to say, if any of you want to look up your crystals and um, figuring out, what goes with what and what not. Nancy Jean recommends this rock identifier. I think it was like $5 for the year. Maybe it was 12. Um,
Yeah.
but um, but it's a really good one, and you can. I don't know why I'm showing you my phone, but but you can get like all your crystal information on here. I'm not sure if it'll do the groupings, but I know that sometimes if you've got too many different types of crystals right next to each other, it does create so much energy. And a lot of
Hmm.
us are really, really sensitive to that.
Very sensitive. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, beautiful people. Have a great afternoon
Thank
and a great
you.
evening.
Appreciate
Namaste.
it. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody. Our light sees your light.
Yes.